Hey, I'm DC. I'm the host of Barside Jive, and in a few seconds, we're going to bring you another episode. Now, that would not even be possible without these guys. Rick Fairless,
hey y'all.
Strokers Dallas. Right now, we're standing in front of a row of Rick's personal bikes, and this ought to be your first stop when you come in the door, is check out the bikes, because this is truly where the machine meets art. And the result is badass.
Well, how about if we take a tour of the place?
I think we should.
Okay, let's
All right,
go.
let's go. We are in the stroker sales department. So come on down and buy your new bike. Right, Lena?
Yep.
Whoa, boom, bop, boom. Whoa, boom, bop, boom. Whoa, boom, bop, boom.
I still make records and I still enjoy myself. So I just like to play, you know. I never thought that I would ever do anything. You know, when you're a kid, you want to do things, but you don't really, I couldn't see ahead, and, you know, it's just one day at a time and you're just out there doing what you like. And I liked blues and all these blues records. I like B.B. King and I had that first Muddy Waters album. This is Muddy Waters, I think was the name of it. He's got his face on the front. And I had Little Walter's album. And there was a record store in Oak Cliff right down the street here that had everything. And I'd go in there and buy albums, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Ride the bus home. You know. I'm still trying to figure out, you know, how to do it.
What was the single thing you enjoy most about your career?
I guess not having to be a trash man. I was a trash man for a while. I was a garbage man. And my wife had a baby, and she said, "What are you going to do?" And I was like, "Fuck, I don't know."
I better figure it
And
out.
so I had to go down to the city, and they had one job left, and it was for a sanitation engineer. And so I said, "I'll take it." And then, you know, you sit on a bench, and they go, "Next."
Yeah.
So I was a garbage man for about 3 months. And then I got smart and split, and got another job in a lumberyard. And, you know, I get to play guitar, and it's wonderful.
Yeah. That's what you really
Express
enjoy
myself.
about
Yeah,
it, is playing guitar.
yeah. I still play every day. I still play at home. If I don't have a gig, I'm at home playing. So I thought to myself when I started playing guitar, this is fun, and this is really cool. Maybe I can get a hit record and buy a car and split. So that was my motivation.
Right. So you played with Eric Clapton, B.B. King, a lot of notables. How exciting was that?
Well, it's very exciting to play with those guys. I mean, you play with your heroes, to even meet them, and then you get to play with them.
Right.
And what happens is, this is what happened to me. You get on the stage with B.B. King and Eric Clapton and all these guys, Buddy Guy and all these guys, and my shield goes up. It's like a force field. And then you play and you have a great time, and then you go home and you go, fuck, I just played with B.B. King and Buddy Guy.
Yeah.
So somehow you have that thing that protects you
Right.
while you're doing it, because otherwise you wouldn't do it because it's too scary. You know? And B.B. King would make faces at you when you're playing. Like he would, if you're sitting down, like when he started pulling a chair out and doing his show where he would sit down,
Right.
he would have his guest right here, and so he would kind of give it to you, and you'd kind of go, and you'd look at him, and he'd go, and when he would play, he would make faces at you and try to to fuck you up,
That's awesome.
So I don't know if he was just expressing himself or he was trying to fuck me up. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it did. So he was a great guy, and I have pictures of him with my kids, my little girls, with BB, and he would always give them $100 bill each every time he saw them.
Oh, wow.
So we have them in a frame with $100 bills with their pictures with BB on the back of the bus, like this.
How cool is that?
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
He was a sweetheart.
Tell me something that no one has ever asked you.
Oh, God.
Share something that no one
Well,
knows.
maybe I'm trying to keep that secret.
I don't know. Just just share it.
I have no idea. I would just say that I'm very excited. There's a lot of new artists that have come to Austin since I've been able to make records, and a lot of my friends with a lot of the guys, and young kids have heard those records all around the country and in Canada and all over the place, and they've come to Austin and sort of joined in on the scene. And there's some from Dallas too. Dylan Bishop, you know Dylan Bishop? Mm-hmm. He's great. Mm-hmm. And then there's Gary Clark from Austin. And I'm here to tell you there's a lot of great young people that know how to play the blues, and they're coming.
Yeah.
And so that's been an unexpected joy that's popped up in the last few years.
These young kids, they're so talented, and they're 10 and 11 years old.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of kids like that too. But I mean, when they get 17 and 18, they really have to start playing.
Right.
Then, because they usually have their dad there going like, "Come on, kid, show them what it's like."
Right. Right.
And once they grow out of that, though, they're in the real world, and then I used to be one of those kids that was trying to play, and too young to, and everybody goes, "Oh, aren't they cute? Oh, they're so cute." But when you get about 18 or 19, you're not cute anymore.
Yeah.
So you gotta.
Yeah. Did
So
your parents,
it can go both ways, if you know what I mean.
right. Did your parents encourage you like that?
My dad was encouraged me and Stevie. But what happened was I ran away. I got in a fight with him and ran off to be in a band at 14. And so then they clamped down on my brother and said, "Okay, you're not going to do that. We're going to make sure you don't do that." And they were just trying to protect him, from the world. And but it just made him try harder. And I think that's how he got so good.
Right.
Pull like a rug, gonna kick up slow. It's not nothing but a softball, we all know. We roll all night long, let's roll. Let's roll, baby.
Well, I just want to tell you that, those of us, especially because you're a Texas guy like us, we've admired you during your career and Stevie too, and we're really sad he's not still with us.
Yeah, we just went to California. We were at the Fender at NAMM show,
Right?
and Fender came out with 30. They made 30 copies of his guitar and my guitar, and they sold them as a pair. 30 copies, and so they brought mine out and gave it to me, and it was exact. I mean, they photographed my old guitar and did every scratch and everything, and it was pretty weird. And I didn't realize what was going to happen to me when I saw it, but I got all emotional, and I was like, like that in front of everyone.
Right.
And seeing my brother's guitar, and just thinking that I said that I wish Stevie could have been here because he would have really enjoyed this, and we miss him. So,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
so
Absolutely. Your guitar, the Tex-Mex, how did that come about?
I had when Fender used to be, for a while there, they were bought by another company. Like, it wasn't Fender, it was, I don't remember who it was. Some big company bought Fender for a while.
Right.
And that's when I got my endorsement deal with them.
Okay.
So then they bought themselves back and became Fender again all the way. And that's when they really started coming out with their great stuff. All the stuff they have now. And so I met this guy named Mike Lewis, who is an executive there, but he's a great musician also. And he came to me and said, "Why don't you do a signature guitar?" I was like, "Okay, sure, of course." He said, "But we're going to do these Mexican guitars. They're not very expensive, and they're called the Tex-Mex." I was like, "Okay." So they were like $700 when they first came out, or 500 or something. And it was really fun because I got to make a inexpensive, cheap guitar that was cool.
Right.
That was, and everybody loved them. It went over good. So it's just I was in the right spot at the right time by accident.
We appreciate your time today.
Thank
and
you.
I look forward to introducing you to this evening and listen
right,
to you
man.
play, man. Love
Thank
to hear you
you.
play. Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
I like music that moves me, gets me here. And that's what music is for me, is a release of emotions and want to get other people. So I just try to play. I like to keep it simple and play what I feel. And when I do that, the people get it. I try to play what I hear. And if I don't hear anything, I'll just stand there for a minute, for a second until something comes. That way I'm cutting through the bullshit. A lot of these people you see play, it sounds like to me, it sounds like they're practicing. You're supposed to do that at home. You can't bullshit the audience. You can try, but sooner or later you got to play music.